Hi everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Ashley with the Yarn Barn NC, and in today's video we're going to be doing something really fun for you to watch, not really for me to do, but we are going to be doing a how much I can market prep in 1 week. So today is Monday the 31st and I have a dog licking my leg right now. Stop licking me. I have a market this Saturday, which is April 5th. And Luke and I sat down last night and went through all of the inventory that I have. It's not as much as I thought it was gonna be. I have been super busy trying to keep up inventory in my storefronts. So those have been very popular. So I have been trying to make quite a bit of inventory to go there so I can have some free time now to do some market preps. I have my first market of the season this Saturday. Funny enough, I wasn't planning on doing that many markets this season, but I got waitlisted for an event called the Carrie Spring Days event. Now they do a larger event in September called the Lazy Days event. Now that's a 2-day market and I did that one last year. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I thought I had prepped enough for the entire weekend. That was the most inventory I had brought to any market in history. And I sold out everything on the first day, so I was unable to return the second day. I applied for the Spring Days Festival, which is only a 1-day event that they do in the spring. I got waitlisted, but I think on Friday, they sent me an email saying that I'm no longer waitlisted and if I would like to join them, which is at the end of April. So I now have one on the 5th and then on the 28th of April, which I definitely do not have enough stuff for the 5th and the 28th. So we really need to get crocheting. It is going to be a hectic couple of weeks to try and get everything done. I don't want to be stuck in the same situation I was at their last event where I didn't have enough stuff, which, you know, I mean, it's better than not selling anything at all, but I would also like to make sure that my booth fee is, you know, very well covered because these events are a little bit more expensive. So it is now, I don't have a watch on, but I know it's about 9 o'clock. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a rainy day, so it does look like it's at night. That's why I have my lights on. But it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I already had my breakfast, coffee. We are ready to go. We did sit down and go through all of my inventory, so I will show you guys that on my computer to see what numbers we are starting off with. And then I don't know how many check-ins I will do throughout the week. I will do at least one in the mornings to see what we're doing, and then at night to see how much we made, if there's any kind of cool little check-ins in the middle. But I don't want to waste too much time doing check-ins and not crocheting, so we'll see how many check-ins we can fit in. But yeah, so we will go ahead and go back to my desk, see what we're starting with, and see what we need to work on. There are a few things that I have way too much of and then not enough of my best sellers. So I think this week's gonna be a lot of smaller items, but I'm gonna throw some big ones in there to, you know, keep up my morale and make sure I'm not wanting to quit my job, because batch making stuff is not the easiest and not the most fun, but it's something you have to do. So let's go ahead and get started with the day. All right, so now we are at my desk and it's disgusting. It's covered. I keep hitting stuff. It's been a crazy couple of days and I really need to clean up. I went yarn shopping and hopefully I can do a haul for you guys. I went to Ollie's, I made a TikTok about that. And then yesterday we went to Joann's. We were out of town for a baby shower and I actually stopped at a Joann's and they had so much yarn. All of the Joann's around me have absolutely nothing. So I went a little crazy at that Joann's, but I'm actually really happy because I was running low on some colors, so I stocked up on them because I don't know when the next time I will get them. As of right now, we have $2,789 worth of inventory. That's not as much as I want. By the end of this month, I want $6,000 worth of inventory. So can we double my inventory in a little less than a month? I don't think so. I don't know, but we're gonna try really hard. At least by the end of this week, by Friday, I want the number to be about 3,500. So we need to make, I'm not good at math, $700 worth of stuff in a week, which I think is very possible. I do have a list of some things we want to make. This is gonna be my market before Easter. So I'm hoping to make some more bunnies. I made these last night, some cute little chubby bunnies. I think this pattern is by Oak and Marlowe. So I made 2 of these with some big twists. So I think today is going to be a day of small items. So it is 9:07. I'm gonna go put you guys on the charger, and then hopefully around lunchtime we will check in and see how much we've gotten done. So time to catch up on some YouTube and crochet some plushies. All right, so it is now about 12:30. So it's been a few hours, and I can say I did not get as much done as I wanted to, but I got started on some of these froggy hats. So it's the free pattern on Instagram where you have the frog hat and then you have the chick wearing the frog hat. So I made all of the frog hats. I made 5 of them, and then I got to thinking, I'm like, I kind of want to make something new. Now, is this a great time to make something new? No, it's not. But I have recently been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, and I've seen these everywhere before I even started playing, and I had no idea what they were. But now that I do, I was like, I have to make some Junimos. So we have 2 Junimos. I haven't added their blush yet, so I need to grab some pink for that. But we made a red Junimo and we made a green Junimo, and I'm kind of obsessed. So we made 2 of these, and these did take a little bit longer because I did these in Parfait Chunky. So those took a little bit longer, lots of stitches in those. But it is now 12:30, and I'm hoping that we can make one more Junimo in this blue color. I was looking up the colors of the Junimos, and there is a dark blue color, I think. Or should we do light purple instead? I don't know. There is a blue Junimo, or like a dark purple Junimo. Does it really matter what color they are? I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I have only I've only gotten like halfway through the community center, so I really don't know what they all are, but I see them like running around. So I think I'm gonna make, guys, I'm confused now because I want to make a TikTok making them, but I don't want to use like not a normal color for a Junimo for a TikTok. Okay, instead of this shade of blue, I think we're going to use the Azure color, I think is what it's called, because that looks very similar to that one. Or we could make a pink one. Hold on. I'll be back until we figure out what color we're doing. I'm gonna go figure that out. Okay, so I changed my mind, and we're gonna make a purple one. This is Lilac in Parfait Chunky. It's from a new shipment I just got not too long ago, and it honestly feels pretty thick. So we are going to go ahead and make one of those, and hopefully I can get it done before Luke gets home and we have to go to the gym. Yeah. So we'll see how much I can get done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean my desk off so I can film this TikTok. So I will see you guys when I'm done. All right, so it is now a little past 3 o'clock. We did film our TikTok and we made a purple Junimo. So now we have 3 of those done. So that's awesome. Got 3 of those done, and that was the first time ever trying that pattern, so it actually went by a little bit quicker than I thought. And we have made 2 of the chick with frog hats. We made all of the frog hats earlier, and then I got distracted by the Junimos. So we have 2 of these. So now it is 3 o'clock. Luke's home. We're gonna go to the gym, and then once we come back, I have to do some cleaning. I'm very excited about a new mop, so we're gonna do that, and then we will get back. I'm hoping to get the rest of these done once I get back home, and then maybe do like a bigger project so we can have 5 small items, 3 medium items, and 1 big project for the day. I feel like that's a lot for me to get done, but we shall see. So I will see you guys when I am done at the gym. Going to the gym. Okay, so I might have, told a little fib when I said I was gonna come back from the gym and get a whole bunch of stuff done, and I did, just not crocheting wise. We actually went to the gym, and then we went out to eat, so I got some dinner, and then we had to come home and clean the house. And then we kind of got distracted by looking online for rugs for our living room. So it may or may not be like 5 hours later. So it's almost 9 o'clock. I should be going to bed here shortly, but I'm going to try my hardest to get the last 3 of these guys done before I go to bed. That shouldn't take me too long. I already have the hats made. I just have to add the body onto them. It is almost 9 o'clock, and we will see how much we can get done before I go to bed. Okay, so it is now a little after 10. So we had to finish up one episode of Yellow Jackets, and then we started a second one and finished it. So I had a little over an hour to make some stuff. So we finished all 5 of our little chicks and frog hats. So all 5 of those. I think I had 2 in the beginning and then I finished 3. Yeah, something like that. It's a little too late. Today, I'm gonna have Luke put a cool little counter in whichever corner he feels to put it in. So we made 3 Junimos, 5 chicks with frog hats, and I had a little bit of extra time while finishing up the last episode, and I finished up, not all the way, I still have to add the cute little headband that goes with the pattern, a baby Della Ducky, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Della Duck Lovey. I have the big version and I tried that in the past and I wasn't a fan, but I saw everybody making the baby one, so I purchased the pattern and I'm going to try and make the headband tomorrow. I bought a few things of acrylic yarn before reading the pattern. It says cotton. My bad. I think it's so cute. It's a good little size. Usually snugglers are like really large, so I think this is a cool little size. I think I want to work with this pattern a little bit more because I definitely think the wings can be crocheted in. Maybe I can do that on the next go round because they're just sewed on the sides, so I really feel like we can like crochet the wings in. Probably could do the feet too, but I don't know if I want to worry with that right now because I feel like the placement for that would be kind of hard. So today's total are 3 Junimos, 5 chicks with frog hats, and 1 Della Ducky Lovey. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It is day 2. It is Tuesday of our week of market prep. Getting a little bit of a later start. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, and so it is 10 o'clock versus 9 o'clock. But during that little doctor's appointment, because I was like online, so I could like kind of crochet a little bit, we crocheted the headband for our Della Duck. Again, you guys don't often see me use acrylic yarn, but I bought some just for this specifically, and I didn't struggle crocheting it, but the picture on the pattern, the knot for the headband, looks so perfect. So I literally spent probably 20 minutes just tying this headband together to make it look good, which I don't know if it looks good or not, but I like the color that I chose. I also picked out like a pink one, so if I make another one, we can make a cute little pink headband. But I do really like the size of this. It took like no time to make this up. So we did finish this part of the Della Duck. Today's plan, I believe we are going to try and make some mini loaf cats. So on my Google Sheets, I have a little part of the things that I want to make, which include mini loaf cats, some leggy frogs. These little chicks were on there, but that part is done. Pause. Let me bring it up. Let me look real quick and see, because I can't think off the top of my head. Some tofus. I don't really want to make tofus because the normal colors that I have, I think it's ice green maybe, or baby green, whatever green that I use for my tofus normally, I have very little left, and I'm kind of going back and forth because I use the same exact colors to make the baby Yodas. So would we rather have baby Yodas or tofus? And they both sell just as well, so I don't really know. I just have like half a skein left and I can't find it anywhere because Sweet Snuggles Light Michaels, they hate me and they decided to discontinue it for right now, and I'm still dealing with that. I know I talked so much junk about that in previous videos, but some mini loaf cats. I also have to make some leggy frogs, which I actually hate making. Thoroughly hate making leggy frogs, but that is something we need to do. So we're gonna start off with some mini loaf cats, and I do plan on making a lot of these because first of all, they sell really well, and second of all, I don't really have to think too much. Very easy, no sew. I have a lot of different colors, and they also sell well at my in-person store at the mall, and so maybe some of those can go over that way. So I'm going to go grab a drink and we are going to get started on today's tasks, which are more tiny things. that I hate batch making, but this is a part of my job. So let's go ahead and get started. It may or may not be 8 o'clock at night. I was busy making some loaf cats, and then Luke needed my lens for some photos and everything, so I didn't have a lens for my camera for a couple hours, so I just kept crocheting and said I'd check in with you guys at night. So we did make 4 loaf cats. They're all this variegated color. I got this color on sale off of Amazon for like $6 a skein, so I bought a couple of them, and I think they make so many fuzzies. Oh my god, I think they make great loaf cats. I made 4 of these. That was the rest of the skein. I have this much left, but I don't think that's enough for another loaf cat. So once I get the other skein from up in my closet, I'll finish that one up. And then my next task, which has been very grueling, I did bring these to one of my in-person stores and they sold really well. Haven't taken them to a market because I just bought the pattern a little bit earlier in the year. So I'm making some chicks and eggs. I have way too many different color combos. I think that's why it's stressing me out. And they come out of their little eggs. So this is the burnt orange color, and then we have some tan ones. This one's my favorite. It's made with the Mystical, and he's a cute little dude. I like their little floofs. And then I just have some extra eggs that I have to make the chickens for. I'm kind of making an egg, making a chicken, making an egg, making a chicken. So we have a couple of these made and a couple of these made, and yeah, lots going on right now. My desk is a mess. Since it's 8 o'clock, that means it is ice cream and Yellow Jacket time. So I'm gonna go eat my ice cream and then start an episode of Yellow Jackets. And hopefully, I think by the end of today, I have 1 made in my bag, in my inventory, I have 1. So I'm hoping to make 9, so I can have a total of 10 for my market. So we should get back to that, and then 8 o'clock, probably like 10:30 like I did last night, I will check in with you guys and tell you everything that we made for today. Let's get back to making chicken and eggs. Hey, it's definitely not last night. It is the next morning. It is almost 10:30. We had some last minute things we needed to get done, like some laundry and stuff like that. So a little bit of a later start today. Last night, yesterday, for yesterday's total, we have 4 mini loaf cats, all in this little variegated gray color. And then we switched over to the chicks and the eggs, which were actually kind of annoying to make, but also like kind of cool. I was just I don't have any of the sand color in the burnout baby blanket, which makes the perfect egg color. And the only way I can find it is paying way too much on Amazon, and I refuse to do that. I refuse to spend $22 on 1 skein of yarn. So we're just gonna kind of be out of sand for a while. I did end up making 6 chicks and the eggs. I know I wanted 8, but I kind of ran out of color combos, and I was like, yep, we'll just call it a day here. So we have a few different color variations going on here. We have like this tan with an almond. I did end up finding a lot of almond at the last Joann's that I went to, so I'm okay with that. That's kind of like a brownish color. So I feel like maybe we can get away with using almond. Have a yellow one in a white shell. Another orange with a white chick. We have a white, it's not white, it's the vanilla in the baby blanket, but close enough. And then we have a gray one. I'm running out of space to put these. A almond shell with this burnt orange chick. And this one's my favorite. We have the Cinder Mystical chick with an almond shell. So that is 6. So with all of those, 4 mini loaf cats and 6 chicks and eggs, that was a total of $162 for yesterday. So quick math. I'm not even sure if I mentioned how much I made for Monday. Monday was $194. So $194 for Monday plus $162 for yesterday is $356. So when I checked, we needed like $700-800. So we're almost halfway there, and it's Wednesday. So we have all day today. We do have to go to the gym today and probably do a little bit of grocery shopping. So that might take a little bit of time away. That is $356 for those 2 days, which I would have liked to hit 400, but that's okay. I wanted to make at least $200 a day, but the first 2 days, I've already lost that. So I think today I wanted to use some of the, I can't remember what it's called. It's that Michael's yarn that I did a video about a while ago, the confetti or the sparkle, or can't really remember what it's called. But I do want to take every single one of those colors and make a squid out of them. Those work up really well, pretty quick, and fairly large because that yarn is really thick. But before we start that, I do think I'm going to film a Joann's haul of my first and last Joann's haul on this channel because I had to say bye to Joann's. But I also got some yarn from Ollie's that I think I'm gonna throw into that video. So I wanna go ahead, film that so we can give that over to Luke so he can edit that and have that up. Also, we're gonna keep crocheting for my market on Saturday, and then we're also going to do a market vlog on Saturday. So lots of videos in the works. I'm very, very excited. Let's go ahead and get that filmed so we can go ahead and get crocheting for the day. So let's go. All right, guys, so it's a little bit later. It's almost 2 o'clock. I didn't get too much done because, again, time gets away from me, but we did make 2 of the squids from, it's the Fluffy Flex. That's what I meant earlier. So we made an orange and a pink one. I have blue and purple left. Luke got off work a little early today, so we're gonna go to the gym so I can hurry up and get back and keep crocheting. So yeah, I think the Fluffy Flex is like really cute. I actually used an 8mm hook on these because that yarn hurts my hands so much. So we did an 8mm and they came out pretty large, so I'm pretty good with that. But yeah, we will catch up with you whenever I get back and start crocheting again. Okay guys, so we are about 8 o'clock at night. We had to do some things, gym, grocery store, cook dinner, but I was able to make a 3rd squid. It's the same exact squid that I made in my video reviewing the yarn. So now we have 3 little speckled squids. Oh, we got that caught on there. But yeah, we have 3 Fluffy Flex squids right now. So I put everything into my spreadsheet so far that we have done. So everything the past day and 2.5 days. And we are at $3,267. So we need to make about $250 more stuff. I have a feeling that I do need to make more small items, but I don't really want to do that right now. I don't want to do that anymore. I think I'm gonna switch over to bigger items. Like, I know these are big, but just because I used a thicker yarn, so they turned out a decent size. But I feel like I want to make like another snuggler or cow or something. Like, I know I haven't taken snugglers to a market, so I'm not sure how they will do. But I also have a few whips. Like, I have some frogs and mallards that I need to just make the swing and put them on the swing. I have some stegosauruses that I just need to add the spines to. So like, there's a few whips laying around that I will get to that are smaller items. I think for the rest of the night, we're gonna make something a little bit bigger. I haven't figured that out yet. That might take at least like 20 minutes just to figure out, because I swear I take more time trying to figure out what I'm gonna crochet. But we wrote these down, so I'm gonna go put these in the bag, and then we will catch up at the end of the night and see what all was made. So yeah. Okay, so it is now almost 10 o'clock. The only thing that I got done was this cute little chicken that I got from Madeline Mako's Patreon a little bit ago, and I'm not gonna lie, it turned out a lot smaller than what I thought it was going to do. I used Sweet Sprinkles Light, and he's pretty small. So that is the end of Wednesday. So for Wednesday, we made 3 squids and a chicken. We didn't get a whole lot done today, and yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. But I think tomorrow is going to be a day where we finish a lot of whips. So tomorrow will be a little bit more stuff, even though most of them are almost done and I just have to add on a few little extra things. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to bed now, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good morning everybody. It is Thursday, so we are almost done with our little market prep week. Yesterday we made 3 speckled squids, and a chicken from Madeline Mako, which turned out a little bit smaller than I thought, but I still think it's a cute size. So for yesterday, we made $118 worth of stuff. So we're running a little bit behind. I don't have my phone with me. I honestly, hold on. Let's see what, hold on. So we made $194 Monday, $162 on Tuesday, and $118 on Wednesday yesterday. So we're at $474 worth of stuff. We have about $200 more worth of stuff that we need to get done before the end of tomorrow. Today is going to be a day where I finish up some whips. So I have some little chubby chickens that need just the little comb on them. I have some stegos that just need the spikes. I think I have a few projects that just need a few little extra things, and that should help us get on track to hit that $200 by the end of tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. I already have the chicken colors like out from last night, so that should be pretty easy. We're gonna go and finish up on that. Now I do really want to do some of the mini, I don't know what they're called exactly, but by Stitching with Abby, like her mini birds pack, maybe some of her baby cows, things like that. So once we get done with all of the whips, I think I want to try and work up on some of those because those work up really quick and they're a good size. And I finally have mallard colors. I finally found terracotta. Those are good sellers for me. They're quick, they're a good price point. So I think after we finish up all the whips, so I'm going to go through everywhere, find any whips that I have, and get started on those so we can hurry up and make the money that I'm supposed to, so then I can make fun stuff. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, it is the same day. I just changed my shirt because it is now like 90 degrees here. Yeah, so it's been a little bit since I checked in. It is 4 o'clock now. Luke's about to start cutting the grass, so I wanted to give you guys a little update before he starts doing that, and it's really loud. Today has been very productive. I put it in a bag so I could show you everything that we have made. As soon as I start, he starts up the lawnmower, so I'm so sorry if you guys can hear that. I don't really know. We're gonna start off with these are all whips in here, so these are like, I've had them just laying around and I needed to finish them, or I literally were about to throw them away because they're just sitting around and I just really needed to finish them. So we have 3 of these Madeline Mako chickens. So literally all I had to do was put the comb on. That's literally it. And they've just been sitting here forever. But I love her little body style, so I've been making all of my birds out of this style. Up next we had the same pattern, just in the mallard version. Madeline Mako little mallards. This is actually made out of Parfait Chunky, and the other ones were Sweet Snuggles Light, so these are a little bit smaller. But I just wanted to hurry up and get through some of my Parfait Chunky. And going along with that, I had a lot of these little Stegosaurus bodies. I made a whole bunch of them one night, and I just never put spikes on. So we have just the one purple one. Come on, don't look at my face. We have 2 of these green ones, and then we have 2 blue ones. Jax wants to go outside. So that's the small items. If you guys like have a Shih Tzu or like any kind of like small dog, when they want something, they do this little bark that's so ear piercing. It's insane. We have 3 chickens, 5 mallards, and 5 stegosauruses. So those are little simple. I just had to add the spikes, I had to add the mouth, I had to stuff the mallards, and then just add the combs on to the chickens. Up next, and this one took quite a long time because I had the body done. So this is the bunny and overalls pattern by Crochet Grove. The light is just washing it out and whatever. It's a pink hat, tan body, blue thing, so the light's gonna mess it up all right. So I had the body done, and see, like, okay, I had the body done, and I was just dreading making the overalls and the hat, so I went ahead and did that, and that took a little bit of time. With that, I was like, okay, it's Easter time, maybe we should make another bunny. So I used the same pattern, and I just did, hold on, let's see if I add it to like a cold one. And then we have this one, it's in the pink blossom color or whatever. So whatever color the blossom is from Sweet Snuggles Light. And then this is the one. Okay, Jax is ruining all of my clothes today. But this is the one with the bucket hat and overalls. Quite a bit done, quite a bit added to our price or our inventory. That's all the whips I think I have that I can finish. The other whips are waiting for yarn that I don't have yet. I did place a big order for Premier Basic Chanel because it's on sale. So I got like 30 skeins of yarn for like $100 and some. I don't know, I was very excited. That should take forever to get here. But I'm going to keep crocheting, probably eat some dinner, and I will check in with you guys before I go to bed. It's too late. I just turned on that light. It's literally too bright. I've spent too much time crocheting today. I don't even know what to say. Okay, let me get to what I finished crocheting. Let me grab it really fast. We crocheted one chicken. This is from the Mini Birds pack from Stitching with Abby. I take these to literally almost all of my markets and I never bring them home. So thought I should throw one of those in there. And then what I've been working on seems like forever, but it really hasn't. I've just been making some Mabels. So I know this is a lot of chickens. I made a chicken last night before last, I don't really know. I made a chicken and then I just made the Stitching with Abby chicken and now I'm making Mabel chickens. But I realized I didn't have enough to fill up my chicken coop. I need 12 to fill up the chicken coop, and most of the time I like to bring more than 12. I don't know if we're gonna hit that. And I also made this one color. They still need beaks and the combs, but I got the easy part out of it. I'm going to add up and see what we made today, and I will be right back. The total for today is very high. It's almost double what I've been making the past couple days. I did fall a little short yesterday, so I feel like we're making up for it. Like I said earlier, most of them were whips, so there weren't a whole lot that I had to do to them. You know, just add some like the little finishing pieces and they were done. For today, which is Thursday, it was $353. So I can tell you, after putting everything in my inventory, we are $132 over our goal. So my goal was $3,500 and we are at $3,632. I'm really happy that I actually met my goal. I usually never meet goals that I set for myself, so I'm very happy. I'm very excited for myself. There are a few things that I haven't gotten done yet that I don't know if I'll be able to get done tomorrow, because all of these items, all 152 items, need to be priced tomorrow for the market on Saturday. So tomorrow might be a little bit of a shorter day with the market prepping because I need things to be ready for Saturday, but I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, and I will see you guys in the morning. All right, everyone, it is Friday. It is the last day of our little market prep challenge. It also is the day before our market. Did I do a great time of like planning this out? Probably not. But yesterday we made $353 worth of inventory, which is amazing. That's about like half of what I wanted to accomplish this week, and I did it one day, so I'm very happy with myself. Today I have a few hours that we are going to crochet. Then after that we are going to price all of our market items, so we're gonna basically be doing like half a day today. I have some Mabel chickens I want to get done, and then after that, that's really all I have to specifically on a list get done. And then so maybe we'll have some fun and make something else. Not sure. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the Mabel chickens, and I will check in with you guys whenever I'm finished with that and tell you what I'm going to be doing next. So let's get started. All right, so it is now almost like 2 o'clock-ish, and I'm going to call it there for my market prep, my week of market prep. So we did finish like 2 or 3 more Mabels, so we do have our total of 12 that we need for our chicken coop. Cute, just basic little Mabels. Those are super fun to make, but I've been making them for like 2 years now, so I just, I'm getting a little tired, but I need the chicken coop. Everybody loves my chicken coop display, so I can't not make Mabels. While I was looking for a few items for my market, I found another whip in a drawer. I don't know how it ended up there in my desk, and I'm like, let's just hurry up and finish it. I just had to finish like the head and then add on the beak, and it was done. So I finished it's a Stitching with Abby mallard duck. I literally just had to finish the head and sew on a beak. So I was like, why not? We can just go ahead and finish this so I can get an early start on pricing my items, and I feel, you know, somewhat accomplished for today. I finished this little guy. He's out of burnout blanket, so he is quite a bit larger than the chicken I made the other day, but I think he's cute. I literally didn't know I had this somewhere. I just found him, like, okay, hey, that's an extra plushie I get to bring to my market. So that is everything that I market prepped this week. So I'm going to grab my notebook real quick. We're gonna do our breakdown of everything that we crocheted in a week. It was a busy week. We got a lot done. I'm very happy with what we got done, but it was stressful. I can say that. It was stressful, but we exceeded my goal, and I am very happy to be able to say that. Let me grab my notebook and we can do the breakdown. For Monday, we made 5 chicks with hats. We made 3 Junimos and then 1 mini Della Duck. So that is a total of $194. We did Tuesday, we made 4 mini loaf cats and 6 chicks and eggs for a total of $162. Now, Wednesday was my lowest day. Wednesday we made 3 speckled squids and 1 Madeline Mayco, I think it's called like Pebbles the Chicken, and that was $118. For Thursday, which was yesterday, and it was a good day, lots of whips we finished. Finished 3 Madeline Mayco, the little birds packs, 3 of those, 5 mallards from the same pack, 5 stegosauruses from Meg's Makes Crochet's stackable prehistorics pack, I think is what it's called. Finished the Crochet Grove bunny and overalls. I also made another bunny, the same pattern, just minus the overalls. And then a Stitch with Abby chicken and 4 Mabels. So Thursday was a total of $353. And then today, Friday, we finished 2 Mabels and then a Stitch with Abby mallard for a total of $64. So for everything for in a whole week, we made 46 plushies, which doesn't seem like a lot, but there were some bigger items in there. And our grand total for an entire week of market prep, we made $891 worth of inventory. I'm okay with that. I wanted to hit about that $700 to put me at $3,500 worth of inventory, and I just put everything in my spreadsheet, and we are at $3,696. So we exceeded our goal by almost $200, so I am very excited about that. But I do believe hanging out with you guys and filming this kept me a little bit more motivated to keep crocheting, because crocheting small things is very annoying sometimes, but you know, it's things you have to do for markets. You guys really kept me on schedule and kept me, you know, very motivated to actually crochet things, because I wanted this video to actually be a success. That is everything in today's video. I have lots of video plans in the future for you guys, but for right now, that is everything that I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!